This quick Photoshop guide will begin with layers. Click on this menu tab, the button that looks like sheets of paper floating above one another, and see that a standard JPEG will have a single layer, background. Trying to do anything to it with the cursor will prompt an error message. Double-click on the background in the layer menu to create a new layer. It's always best to give it a name, and now it can be moved around within the image frame. If you've looked at professional architectural photography, you may have noticed that they tend to align the vertical edges of the building to the vertical. This gives a more formal look, less like a snapshot, and emphasizes the abstract geometry of the building. It is also useful when doing site documentation, because it tends to let multiple images sit nicely next to one another on the page, instead of each having its own perspective and orientation. This photo is leaning inward at the bottom because it was taken at a slight downward angle. To adjust, go to Edit and Free Transform. Note that there is a keyboard shortcut here, Ctrl-T. The handles around the outside of the image can be used to manipulate its size or shape. Dragging one in scales proportionately, holding Alt while dragging mirrors that resizing, holding Shift frees up the proportion constraint. Free Transform is used most often for realigning an image. Placing the cursor just outside the handle changes the cursor icon to a rotation indicator, and holding Ctrl allows each corner to be moved independently. To help with alignment, add some vertical guides by going to View and Ruler. Note again, there is a keyboard shortcut, Ctrl-R. When the ruler appears, click on the left side and drag out onto the image a vertical guide. Now transform the corners until they are in alignment. There is also a slight curve distortion in this image, which is common on cell phone photos at wide angles, especially. One way to fix these small distortions is using the Warp command. Under Edit, Transform, and then Warp. Drag from the handles or anywhere on the image to counteract the curvature. Some images require a more extreme correction, in which case they may also need an adjustment to the height and width to maintain realistic proportions. In this example, because there is a clear planar edge, perspective warp under the Edit menu will be more effective. Click to define the plane and then drag until the image is aligned as you like. Notice that all four corners adjust in synchronization. The crop command is on the left toolbar, or simply type C. We will want to deselect Delete Cropped Pixels in the options above. In case we want to make further edits to the positioning, the part of the image that spills out past the frame will still be accessible. To save this again as a JPEG, it needs to be flattened. Go to Layer and then near the bottom of the menu, Flatten Image. Finally, File and Save.